Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this Tuesday night we are back with the Champions League and we're going to be playing Anderlecht at home. Now, the last time we played Anderlecht away in Belgium was a very scrapey game for us. A performance from Arsenal that was incredibly lacklustre. It represented a lot of the game that we saw in Dortmund at the start of the Champions League, and we were very poor for about 90 minutes of that game if it wasn't for a great fight back. Goals coming from Kieran Gibbs with a phenomenal volley, and then a great kind of scrappy goal from Lucas Podolski right at the end of it. But he was in the right place at the right time. I think Podolski's a player that's certainly got every right to start this game. A player that I'd like to see featured at some point throughout. I think he played really well when he came off the bench against Burnley at the weekend, and he did score that goal that was really important for us in that game against Anderlecht the other week. And we know that Anderlecht are a very resilient outfit, a very stable, forceful team, but at home you would expect us to be beating them, and I would like it to be quite a considerable win in our favour. But they're not going to make it easy for us. I'm not predicting a comfortable win by any means in this. However, I am going into it feeling really positive if that performance against Burnley is anything to go by. Watching that back on TV, I think maybe in the review of that game I might have been a little harsh on Arsenal. I thought we actually played really well when watching it back for a majority of the game, and we were really unlucky not to score in that first half. Alexis Sanchez had a really good chance on goal, as did Santi Cazorla, so we maybe should have got, we were unfortunate to go into this half time at 0-0. I think we're certainly going to have a good performance against Anderlecht though. We've got to build on that momentum, and we've already got about 3 wins in a row now against Sunderland, Anderlecht, and of course Burnley at the weekend. So we've got to build on that, get into this game, make it 4 wins, and then we've got Swansea away at the weekend, which is certainly a winnable game for us. But again, these are 2 very tricky fixtures for us, and hopefully we can kick off and get something out of this game. Now, I thought Anderlecht, they had a couple of very tricky players in their side. Most obviously their striker, I thought he was a player that was causing us quite a few problems all night, cutting in between our defenders. And I thought Monreal was certainly a player that got exposed in that game. However, he had a very solid performance against Burnley at the weekend. And again, he's a player that I'd like to see utilising that centre-back role if he's playing well in that role, which he did at the weekend. So the team that I'm going to go with for Arsenal in this game is Szczesny in goal, Chambers at right back, Mertesacker, Monreal, Kieran Gibbs, Ramsey, Arteta, Sanchez, Cazorla, Podolski, and Danny Welbeck up top. I think it's important that we delve into the squad a little bit with this one, and that's why I'd like to see Podolski start this game. As well, I'd also like to see Joel Campbell start this one, but realistically, I'm really struggling to actually see him featuring in this starting 11 at some point. I mean, he didn't even make an appearance on the subs bench at the weekend, which just astounds me. He was a player that had an absolutely sublime World Cup, can't make it into the squad, was replaced by Yaya Sanogo. Sanogo's another player that could have a shout to start this game. Another player that we could also see a bit of in this game is certainly Theo Walcott. He got a 10 to 15 minute run out against Burnley on Saturday, and it'd be just great to see a little bit more of him in this game. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Wenger started him in this one. I remember when Wilshere had a really lengthy spell off and Wenger started him against QPR a couple of seasons ago, and he could do a similar thing with Walcott. Although for safety precautionary reasons, I would much prefer to see him, say, I don't know, get a 20-minute run out in this one, give him a 30-minute run out against Swansea next weekend, and then maybe give him a full 90 minutes against Manchester United, where he could be so pivotal in that game. Or if he goes away in the international break, which in all honesty I don't really want to see him go and travel with the England squad just yet. But it'd be great to see him feature in this game to some extent, and he's certainly a player that I'm really looking forward to seeing feature in this game. Cazorla is a player as well that really has to up his game in this one. I think he's been very quiet, not so much lacklustre. It's just that he hasn't really got involved in the games recently. I'd like to see him have a big performance in this one. Certainly got an opportunity to do that. I think one thing he really needs at the moment is a goal. He's come really close to scoring in the recent games. We've had a very good opportunity against Burnley. Actually had quite a few good opportunities. I think he needs to get that goal to really rejuvenate his confidence. And one player that has been banging in the goals for us recently is Alexis Sanchez. Another great opportunity for him here to add to his goals and assist tally. And of course Danny Welbeck is someone that I'd love to see get on the score sheet as well. And with Dortmund playing badly in the Bundesliga, that is, we've got to take advantage of that and get the wins whilst we can. At home, you would expect this to be our easiest fixture of the Champions League, with all respect to Anderlecht, but we should be having the beating of them quite considerably in this one. But then again, like I said, they're not going to make it easy for us. They put up a really good fight against us in Belgium, and they're going to be scratching their heads wondering how they didn't come out of that game with at least a draw. I think following that defeat against Dortmund though at the start of our Champions League campaign, we've really pushed on from there, got a big win against Galatasaray at home, and then we got that really crucial win against Anderlecht away. And then of course if we win this one, we'll be on 9 points, and then we can take that into the game against Borussia Dortmund, who I would assume would beat Galatasaray. But like I said, they're not playing awfully well in the Bundesliga. They sit 1 spot above bottom of the league in their table, so they're not playing the greatest of football at the moment. But then again, they're having an excellent Champions League campaign at the moment, and you would would expect them to be beating Galatasaray at home. So if we, everything's to play for, we can take it into that game against them at home, but then again they do have a bit of a superior goal difference to us. But anything can happen in this group. Hopefully we will get a win in this one. I'm pretty confident we will, but then again I'm expecting a lot from Anderlecht in this one, and I would expect Borussia Dortmund to be beating Galatasaray to really heat the competition up. Anyway guys, those have been my thoughts on Arsenal's upcoming game against Anderlecht this Tuesday night in the Champions League. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a like, rating, subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, check out my own channel AFC Game by Game, and as always, thank you for watching guys.